Hey everyone, in this video we are going to be taking a look at some of the changes that affected the Grafted Blade Greatsword in the new 1.04 patch. So there were a couple changes that they made just to the Colossal Sword group in general, and then a specific change to the Grafted Blade Greatsword. So just kind of reading through the patch notes here for this. In terms of just the Colossal Sword group in general, they increased the attack speed and lowered the recovery time. They increased the two-handed attack damage, and then they also increased the physical block rate and guard boost. So that kind of just is for all of the Colossal Swords. And then specifically for the Grafted Blade Greatsword, they have a note that they just generally like increase the damage of it. So we'll take a look. I have some footage from a video I did previously that we can compare to. So we'll look at the stats of the weapon sort of pre-patch and post-patch, and then also look at the damage output of the two-handed attack that they have listed here, and then look at the attack time and some of the other impacts of that. So we'll get into that now. Starting off looking at the stat changes of the weapon. So when I made a video about this weapon in the pre-patch, on the left here, I had 85 strength and 22 dexterity. So I went and I respec'd my character real quick to have 85 strength and 22 dexterity again, which you can see. And those are the two stats that this weapon scales with. So now we have kind of a fair comparison. So you can see that pre-patch, it had 384 base damage and 469. I was getting an additional 469 with that strength and dexterity scaling. That's been increased to a 396 damage base and then an additional 484. So a little bit of a damage buff there. And then also mentioned with the guard boost, that also is increased, which was 43. That's been increased to 53 now. Now we'll compare some footage of actually using the weapon. So the pre-footage is on the left and the post footage is on the right. We'll look at this from two different aspects, both the damage buff to the two-handed attacks as well as the attack speed. So starting off, we do a regular attack combo here. And we can see pre-patch that was about 1600 damage, and post-patch that's been increased to 1835. Now looking at the actual attack speed, there is an increase here, but it's fairly subtle. So I have this slowed down to half speed. And if you look on the right, the attack does finish up just a little bit sooner. It's nothing too crazy. But if we look at the times here, 10.8 seconds, 0.8 seconds compared to 9.77. That's at half speed. So the full speed comparison is even not as much of an impact. Looking at the now heavy attack combo, so that damage has been increased from 1300 to about 1400, 1454. The speed increase here is a little bit more noticeable. So there you can see the attack finishes up a little bit sooner. Looking at the actual times, so at full speed, that would be a 4.865 in the pre-patch, and now it's 4.545. So again, it's an improvement, but nothing too crazy. Here's a charged attack, two-handed charged attack. So that was 849 damage in the pre, up to 928 in the post. Again, another slight attack speed increase, but nothing too dramatic. Looking at the timing of that, again, we can see that the pre is 3.36, and that's been improved to 3.205. So in terms of the speed increase, it is like a buff, but I don't think it's anything too crazy. But the damage increase certainly is nice. And then here is a jump attack. So not going to have a speed increase on that, but a damage increase of from 674 to 696. All right, so that was just a really quick look at some of the changes and the impacts to the Grafted Blade Greatsword with the new 1.04 patch that came out. So yeah, just a nice little damage buff increase. Also an attack speed increase, if you want to call that, is fairly minimal. I don't know if I would have even noticed if I didn't do the testing. But yeah, I wasn't really a huge fan of this weapon before the patch, and so it's nice that it's getting a little bit of love, because I think it felt a little bit underpowered. So that's good. Another thing to maybe look at is using this now as a power stance weapon with the damage increase that it got. So that could be another thing to look into as well. But anyways, I'll leave it there. And thanks for watching, and we will see you later. Bye.